Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Press Box, a weekly presentation of the Dispatch of the Rock Island Argus, and sponsored by Zeglin's TV and Appliance. I'm Steve Tappa. This is my cohort, Daniel Makarewicz. We're here to huddle up and talk about the sports issues of the day, and of course, week 8 of the football season already. Some playoffs on the line. The Big Six title is on the line tonight.
Who would have thought that Galesburg and Quincy would be playing in a de facto Western Big Six championship game?
No
Since
kidding.
1974, the last time Quincy won the Western Big Six, and they won 3 of the first 4, I believe, Western Big Six conference titles. 1991 was the last year that Galesburg figured in the Western Big Six title. But Quincy's the outright champ if they go to Van Dyke Field and win. If Galesburg wins, it creates a 3-way tie with Alleman if Alleman can beat United Township next week.
And then it gets interesting.
It's the Big Six bylaws, which were written in 1969, has the conference champion decided by outright champion.
Sure.
If it's a 2-way, it's a head-to-head. And number 3, if it's a 3-way tie, which has only happened one other time, the team with the fewest points allowed against the other 2 teams involved gets the conference championship playoff berth. The IHSA gives the conference champion a playoff berth. Automatic. So whomever gets that is in the playoffs.
You can win 4 games.
You can win 4 games and be in.
The
Correct.
Playoffs, right.
So right now, Galesburg is eliminated from contention with that because they gave up 16 points to Alleman. Alleman gave up 6 points to Galesburg and 9 points to Quincy. So they have 15 points. So if Quincy were to lose and give up 14 points, or give up 8 points or more.
More than eight.
Yes, more than 8. And Alleman beats United Township next Friday, then Alleman would get the conference berth. But the Big Six bylaws state that there is no tiebreaker in terms of champion. If 3 teams tie or 2 teams tie, it's a tie. Both teams get a share of the Western Big Six conference title. So that and the other criteria for breaking a 3-way tie would be the league athletic directors voting on the most deserving representative for that. And I know that those athletic directors want no part of that one because there's going to be a lot of politicking, and no matter what happens, you've alienated 5 other schools, basically.
And I was going to say, in this craziest of crazy football seasons, that's what will happen is Quincy will get beat 8-0.
Correct.
And we'll have a 3-way tie.
Yeah.
2-way tie between Alleman and Quincy with 15 points allowed each.
And probably Quincy would get that since they won the head-to-head. That would make the most logical.
I think that's the only logical thing.
Because I will say this. I think Galesburg wins. I think they beat Quincy. Quincy is 4-0 in the conference. They're 4-0 in those games at Flynn Stadium. This is their first game away from home in conference play, and Galesburg has to win this to stay in the playoff race because you can book a loss next week to Peoria High. Yeah. So they have to win this to get to that 5th win.
Well, and for Alleman plays
Peoria Richwoods, and
that's a playoff type of matchup. You know,
and Alleman's playing better, but I mean, if you're Alleman, you're hoping that Galesburg wins 1, so you can at least win a conference championship, and 2, get that automatic playoff berth. Because if you're 5-4, you're leaving it up to points.
Yeah, and right now points are hard to come by. I mean, there's some teams that are sitting good with points. Alleman's not. I wouldn't say anywhere safe on that bubble. So it'll be interesting October 25th when the brackets do come out. 2 teams that we know are not playoff bound are meeting in the state's oldest all-sports rivalry this weekend as well. Of course, Moline at Rock Island, and I say that's always an interesting game from a head smasher level. I mean, you know it's a great rivalry. It's a great bragging rights battle.
Yeah.
And this year it really is a toss-up.
A toss-up, and it's one whomever can limit the mistakes is going to be able to take care of business in that game.
Yeah. Now, of course, Geneseo goes on the road, finishes up NIB 12 West play
at
Ottawa. They already have a second conference title clinched.
But it's an outright if they win, because Ottawa can get a share of the conference title with a win.
And just as importantly, it sets up a big final week blowout with DeKalb, the East champ, the West champ. That would be a great game. I would love to be there.
Yeah. And DeKalb had to sweat one out against Rochelle, a team that Geneseo beat a couple weeks ago at Rochelle. So maybe DeKalb's showing a little vulnerability there. Geneseo hasn't shown much vulnerability this season. They've been able to pretty much handle their business.
Of course, a couple big games in the area as well. Teams are fighting for playoff position right now, trying to get that 5th win. leading up to that 6th win to automatically be in. They don't want to be 5-4, waiting for that call on October 25th. It'll be interesting this weekend and next weekend. Hopefully we see you at a ball game, and if not, we'll see you back here next week on the Press Box.